What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Top 10 Tuesday episode. Yeah, this is episode 100. Last week I said that I was going to try and do something for episode 100. I decided to go against that grain and just pretty much just do something pretty normal. The reason for that is because I actually didn't really have much time to prepare for this. I've been working so much and just busy with life stuff. It just takes a toll. I don't really have a lot of time. So, but this is a little bit of a unique video because I'm going to do here a random unboxing. I got a package from my homie, Matt, aka You and Your Horror Movies, one of my best friends here on YouTube. And I'd sent him something a long time ago, and he went out of his way and grabbed a couple things for me and sent me over a package here. So I'm just going to do a random unboxing here since I'm already doing this Top 10 Tuesday video tonight. There's no need to upload two videos. I'll just do it here, all in one here. So this is kind of different. I've never done anything like this on the Top 10 Tuesday, but here is the package here. I just kind of ripped open this... I don't really want to show my address and stuff just so people won't send me anthrax. But first up here, I have not looked in this package, by the way, so first up here, that's right, I forgot about this actually. This one right here is called Bernard T. Ward's Popcorn Bag of Terror. I believe Matt picked this up at a convention for me and actually had it signed to me to Moods. Thanks and enjoy the terror. That's what it says on there. That's pretty awesome, man. Really, really fucking cool. This is awesome, man. I love to support, you know, indie horror and stuff. So this is really awesome. I love that title, Popcorn Bag of Terror. That's amazing. Obviously a anthology film. It has to be, but that is awesome. Thanks, Matt. That's totally cool. And I think we got one more thing in here, and I'm pretty sure I know what this is. And yes, we've got a Blu-ray of Caras Hell. I seen the trailer from this, and I just about died laughing. This thing just looks so over the top ridiculous. And I said to Matt, I was like, man, I need to get that movie. And he said, you know what, man, I'll pick a copy up for you. You know, he's like, I owe you something. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say no. So if you haven't heard of this one, check out the trailer for this. It's outrageous. It looks ridiculous, and I heard it's so much fun. So, but yeah, that's awesome. Thanks again, Matt, for sending me these over. That's totally awesome. I'm really stoked. I'm gonna watch Caras Hell right after I do this video. So I'm really stoked to watch that. But without further ado, let's get into this top 10 here. I'm just actually going to throw this over here. And for episode 100 here, like I said, in light of Italian month of the... actually, I'm not even sure if I even mentioned that, but of course, last year during the 22 Shots of Moods and Horror, November, we actually did an entire month dedicated to Italian directors, and so we're doing that again this month. We've already recorded episode 1, or the first week of Italian month, which was Dario Argento, and did the Three Mothers trilogy. And so that should be posted in a couple days after this video. And so with the second week, we are actually doing Lamberto Bava. So I just thought, you know what, I might as well just do my top 10 Lamberto Bava films, since I've done his father, Mario Bava, and Lamberto Bava is actually one of my favorite Italian directors. I love him. So, but without further ado, let's get right into this. In at number 10 is actually a film that's kind of co-directed by Lamberto Bava and Sergio Martino, and it is called Monster Shark. I believe this goes by, I don't know, there's a couple different names for this, but this is actually this is technically a bootleg. It doesn't actually have a release over here. I don't believe this has a release anywhere, to be honest. It's actually kind of one of those really obscure films, but essentially what we got here is a Jaws ripoff about this kind of hybrid shark slash octopus type deal. Yeah, and it's, you know, it was genetically made by this fucking crazy ass scientist. Now it's killing people. Now they gotta stop the thing, of course. Very typical storyline, but this one's got some really cool kills. It's got some pretty interesting effects and stuff. There's actually a lot of cool things going on in this film. It's actually a lot of fun. There's some scenes in this one I think derive straight from other shark films and things like that. So I think that's actually a scene from like Well, it kind of looks like it's from The Last Shark, to be honest, but which is also another Jaws ripoff. But Monster Shark, if you've never seen Monster Shark, check it out, man. It's a lot of fun. It's ridiculous fun. In at number 9 is Mario Bava's Shock. You're probably going, what? Why is this in here? Now, if you know the story behind this film, this is Mario Bava's last film before he passed away in 1980. This was from 1977, and Mario Bava was actually really sick while he was doing this film. And it's actually been confirmed by even Mario Bava and his son, of course, Lamberto Bava, that Lamberto Bava actually shot the majority of this film, and he pretty much done it all. I know they wrote the film together. I think Lamberto has a writing credit on it too. But Mario Bava was always sick, always leaving the set. He didn't really want anything to do with the film too much, and Lamberto Bava actually shot pretty much what I've heard, like 80% of this film. So, it's kind of funny, he's actually uncredited as a director on this. He's credited as like an assistant director, but, it doesn't actually say like in the full credits there and stuff. But there's an interview on here that actually he talks about how much he shot in this film and stuff. So, but it actually also explains why this movie, a lot of people always say it doesn't really feel like a Mario Bava film, and that's probably because Lamberto Bava did most of the directing in this film. So, but yeah, Shock it's a really fun film, man. It's starring Dario Nicoletti. Actually at the time was Dario Argento's wife or girlfriend. I can't remember if they were married at the time, but she is the mother of Asia Argento. She stars in this film. She moves into this house and basically starts getting, fucked with by some malevolent force. And, her son starts getting possessed and shit like that. It's got a really, it's a very slow burn type possession, film. But it's got a really cool ending. I love the ending of this film. It's got a great soundtrack by Goblin. It's pretty awesome stuff. But yeah, check it out. Ivan Rashomon's in this film also. Yeah, good stuff. But give this one a shot, also known as Beyond the Door 2. These Italians always have to rename themselves, make their own sequels. But yeah, Shock in at number 9. In at number 8 is a film called Dinner with a Vampire. Now, I actually did full-length review for this film I did a Lamberto Bava theme week on my channel a long time ago. I actually did Monster Shark on there too, so if you want to hear full-length reviews of these films, go check those reviews out. But Dinner with a Vampire is kind of like this ridiculous story about how this vampire gets unearthed by this I don't know, I think it's like a television crew. I haven't seen it in a while. But anyways, he ends up becoming like this famous director. And ultimately, these actors want to, star in one of his films and stuff. They go to his castle, and he doesn't show up until late, and they're kind of forced to watch his black and white film and stuff. It's got this really crazy storyline. This was made for TV, actually, part of the Brigado 4-film TV series that he did. A couple of other films are actually in here, but pretty cool stuff, man. I really like the set pieces used in this. It's kind of cheesy. But super fun, man. It's like very, very Italian, 80s Italian film from 1988. Really cool stuff, man. I remember this one not being like crazy gory or anything, but it's got some fun set pieces and stuff. But, and the vampire is very reminiscent of Nosferatu, which is pretty funny. So, Dinner with a Vampire, check it out, man. It's really fun. For a TV film, it's pretty cool stuff. So that was in at number 8. In at number 7 is another one, part of the Brigado TV film series. It's called Until Death. Basically what this is kind of the postman always rings twice type story. It even says right there. If you've ever, heard of that before, kind of what the story is about. This girl right here and her lover, they kill off her husband and stuff, and then a bunch of years later this guy kind of shows up with he knows way too much about the murders and things like that. So it's kind of one of those type stories. It's a thinker. But yeah, this one's really fun, man. Or not, it's not like necessarily fun. It's actually a pretty decent film, I have to say. It's got a lot of suspense to it. It's very Italian. I love the I believe that they're actually like in a hotel in this one. I can't quite remember, man. It's been so long since I've actually seen this. Again, I've done a full-length review on this one, so if it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about, I actually have seen this, but it's just been a long time. But I really remember digging this film. So Until Death, good stuff right there. I was in at number 7. And at number 6 is another one from that TV 4 film series that he did, and it's called Graveyard Disturbance. Now, this one right here is definitely my favorite out of the 4 films. The other one that actually is not in this top 10 is The Ogre, which is also known as Demons 3. That one is not in here, but this one, Graveyard Disturbance, is basically about this group of friends that have just robbed I believe it's a supermarket or something like that. And anyways, they're trying to get away. They kind of go through this cloud of like smoke or some shit, and they end up in this very strange type hotel type deal. And they ultimately are kind of approached by the owners and stuff, and they say, well, if you guys can go down into these catacombs and spend the whole night there, we'll give you like a treasure. And of course they go down there and like there's all these strange ghouls and goblins and like vampires and zombies and all these weird type creatures and shit. And yeah, so it's really fucking fun. This movie's super, super fun. Here's kind of an idea of what you're gonna get right there, kind of weirdos and shit. I thought this movie was just a blast, man. I like the music in it was pretty cool. Just really awesome set pieces, super fun stuff. Kind of cheesy. It's a really, basic idea for a film, but it's pretty fun though. So, Graveyard Disturbance in at number 6. In at number 5 is a giallo film from the 90s. That's right, from 1992. You're probably thinking, holy shit, they made giallos in the 90s. Well, Lamberto Bava did. And he made one called Body Puzzle. It's been a while since I've seen this one too, but it's basically about this killer that's he's killing off people, and he's putting like body parts from this one murder inside these people and things. And now it's up to this investigator to figure out what the fuck is going on, right? Because this guy's actually leaving body parts in this one girl's apartment and things like that, and he starts up a relationship with her and things. Pretty cool stuff, man. I really enjoyed Body Puzzle. I thought it was awesome. For a 90s giallo, kind of way past the giallo prime, I thought this one was fantastic. Had some pretty cool stuff, and it's got a great ending. The ending's awesome, this one too. So, Body Puzzle in at number 5. In at number 4 is, of course, A Blade in the Dark. I've always loved this film. I love this premise because, it has to do with someone that's involved in music and stuff, so that's really cool. But the guy that stars in this, he's from New York Ripper, Andre Opacini. I can't say his fucking name. Of course I can't say his name. Yeah, Blade in the Dark, man, is basically about this, this composer that he gets hired on to work on this horror film, and he's staying in this house where like a bunch of the actresses and other people are staying and stuff, and all of a sudden all these girls start getting picked off one by one, so he takes upon himself to investigate the crimes, and then shit starts going down from there. Blade in the Dark, very cool, man. Very, very violent film. It's so much fun. I've always loved this film. It's got great music in it. Actually, who did the music in this? Guido and Marziano D'Angelo? I don't know. But I always liked the music in this film, man. I thought it was really awesome. It's a long film, man. 109 minutes. I don't remember that. It's been a while since I've seen this one. This one was also part of my Lamberto Bava week. But I really, really enjoyed this one. It's got great kills, and it's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty shit, man. Yeah, look at that. Read through her fucking hand. But Blade in the Dark, check it out. Great film, great film. In at number 4. In at number 3 is, of course, the sequel to the classic Demons, Demons 2. I always loved this movie, man. When I first saw this film, I wasn't overly like the biggest fan of it because I was such a big fan of the original Demons. And this one just felt like kind of the same film, but just way less. It just wasn't as fun. But now it's grown on me over the years so much because I'm a big fan of anything that's set in like apartment buildings and high risers and things like that. I've come to the realization I love those type of films. Basically in this one, you got demons coming out of the TV that trap these people that live in this apartment building, and yeah, so that's pretty much what your storyline is in this one. It's got a very young Aja Argento's in this film. Soundtrack's good. Actually, Demons 2's got a great theme song, or a great theme and stuff. But, the overall soundtrack's actually pretty good too, but the score is just, it's fucking amazing. Yeah, really good stuff. I like the effects in this film too. They're actually pretty fun. Not as, overall, this one, it's just kind of like, it's just behind Demons. It's just, everything isn't as good as Demons, but it's still really fun. So, Demons, I can watch that one anytime. Demons 2. And at number 3. And at number 2 is McCobb. Yes, I love this film. What year did this movie come out again? 1980, the year I was born. yeah, McCobb is about this girl right here who she's lost her husband and she goes and fucking insane, and she's like in this insane asylum. She gets out like a few years after this accident, and she finds herself kind of living in this apartment deal, and she's very strange. And the landlord kind of, you know, he sees it that she's a little bit weird and stuff, and he's kind of investigating and stuff. And, you know, that's pretty much all I'll say about the film. If you've never seen McCobb, we will be doing a full-length review of this one and actually Demons 2 and the next film that's coming up also. But so I don't really want to say too much about this one, but it's a very it's a shocking film. It's so much fun. I love McCobb, man. Again, you know, I could sound like a broken record and say, you know, the music's great, but you know, it's just Italian films just always have the best soundtracks for me. But McCobb, really awesome stuff, man. The whole movie is just, it's such a great build up to the end. It's so awesome. When you first watch this movie for the first time, you'll never forget it. Honestly, you'll never forget it. So, but that's in at number 2. In at number 1 is probably no surprise, anticlimactic, but it is of course Demons. Yeah, man. I mean, what can I say about Demons? I mean, it's like, I think I remember someone saying art imitating art in this one. Basically, these people get trapped in this movie theater after they're watching this film, and these demons kind of come out and possess people and start fucking up everybody, man. It's awesome. But the setting, the music, the gore effects, just the whole setup to this, it's fucking awesome. Everything about Demons is just amazing. There's like nothing shitty about this film. It's really well done. I love it. You know, going back, the first time I watched this movie, man, I was pretty young, actually. Like, I don't know, I was probably in my mid-teens, I guess, because it was, I've told the story a million times, it was always the one VHS I would never rent because I hated the cover. I always thought the cover scared me. It was like this demonic demon on the cover, and I just never rented it. But I finally did when I was a little bit older, and I was like, what's with the fucking, you know, the voices, man? I didn't know what ADR was and stuff, but it was like off and shit. I didn't understand. I was like, this is horrible. It's terrible. But yeah, the Metropole, man. Awesome stuff. What can I say about Demons? It's just absolutely fucking amazing. Love it. One of my favorite movies. One of my favorite Italian films in general. So, but yeah, that is going to do it for my top 10 Lamberto Bava films. Again, want to give a big shout out to my man Matt from Union Horror Movies for sending me over these movies right here. And I'll leave the link down below. You guys make sure you go over and give him a sub. He's an awesome guy. He's actually doing a brand new Shelf by Shelf series right now, which I need to check out. So I'm looking forward to that. And but yeah, do a quick little recap here. We got Monster Shark in at number 10, Shock in at number 9, Dinner with a Vampire number 8, Until Death number 7, number 6, Graveyard Disturbance number 5, Body Puzzle number 4, A Blade in the Dark number 3, Demons 2, number 2, Macabre, and of course Demons in a number 1. And that is going to do it here for episode 100. And this is probably the longest episode I've ever done. It's like over 18 minutes right now too. So, but yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I will check you next week in Top 10 Tuesdays. I'm going to have some reviews coming up soon on the channel. And be on the lookout for Italian Month, the podcast is going to be fantastic. The first episode that we did, I thought was really, really awesome. It was really good. And yeah, also someone asked me if I'm going to be doing my Shelf by Shelf, and the answer is yes. I'm going to be probably starting that next week. So be on the lookout for that too if you're still with me. And of course, as usual, peace. Yeah.